you wouldn't have seen him say anything. He's saying to me he would have been the type of person that he watched some pretty gruesome things in his life, okay, in his service of what he did, and nothing sort of outwardly would have moved him, okay. But this is his opportunity tonight to say that, well, there was another side to me, okay. And when he's watching you and he's watching the young baby boy in the family, then he's saying, I had an opportunity, I wish I'd take my opportunity and I didn't, okay. And he's up there, and so he's taking, he's saying now, he's taking great joy out of the fact that he can watch, okay, because he never had any of that involvement or any of that unconditional love in his life, you understand? And he's saying that was a missed opportunity, and he's sorry for that, okay? And he's saying, whatever opportunities come your way and in your family, they have to all be taken with open arms. That's what he's saying. And don't let anything pass you by, okay? And he's saying that to you as well. Because he's saying that you've spent time recently, you know, you start looking at the clock and looking at life and thinking certain things have passed you by. And he's up there and he's shaking his finger like that going, tell her, no, they haven't. No, they haven't. While there's breath in your body, there's still things you can be doing, okay? Because he's saying certain parts of you have felt like, okay, well, that's passed for me. This has passed for me. And he's saying, no, it hasn't. And it's important, he's saying, to get everything you can out of every opportunity, okay? And he's saying the smallest joys are the most important ones, like the children, okay? Okay, there you go. God bless. So you do know who he is then? Yeah, good. Right. Thank you all for listening. I know we haven't managed to get round everybody, but it's quite difficult to get round everybody because some people, it depends what they come and what they've come to say, okay? And as I say, they do talk quite quickly. It just takes us a while down here, you know, to catch up with, oh yes, and put 2 and 2 together and make 4, okay? But I thank you for working with me. I thank you for being patient and listening to other people's messages. Just because if you didn't get a message this evening doesn't mean there isn't anybody up there for you, like Caroline or Tony or Sheila. You know, it doesn't mean there's nobody up there for you, and that lady there, sorry. It just means that they've been ordered tonight, and that's how it works, in accordance with what we call greater need. Okay? So everybody wants a message, but some people need one more than the other at this particular time, okay? So, what I'd like you to do, if you don't mind, is just close your eyes just for 1 minute, because those of you that have received, and thank your loved ones for coming and sharing with you, and send them your love. And for those of you that didn't receive messages, I would still like you to send your loving thoughts to your loved ones, because they are around you all of the time. They're right beside us, they just don't have a physical body. So if you send your loving thoughts up to them and thank them for coming and being around us this evening and the rest of the time they share with us. Cool. If I asked you to name a place, what's the first place that just pops into your head?
Spine.
And if I asked you to name a flower, what's the first flower you can see?
Rhododendron.
She's as bad as you, Caroline. I'm a chrysanthemum now, we've got. I don't even know what colour that is, you'll have to tell me.
Purple.
Okay. So, if you go back to the texture, does that still feel the same? And the temperature? So. So if I asked you to tell me what colour do you feel the ribbon is, what would you say?
Red.
Okay, so if you open your eyes for me. I think it's pink, isn't it? Pink. Let me have a look, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Yes, so it's a lilac. Right, so we've got a pink ribbon. In fact, you have a check and see what you think. I'm sure it's pink.
Rose quartz.
It's pink. Right, okay, so when we talk about, it is pink, isn't it? Because it's not the white one and it's not lilac either. Pink, yeah.
It's not in rose quartz.
Right, okay, so the pink ribbon, let me tell you about the pink ribbon. So, the energy centre, the chakra, okay, for the pink ribbon is the heart, okay? And the heart is the only energy centre that has two colours, and it has pink and green, okay? So you pick pink, and pink is the colour, carry on trying to say, of unconditional love, okay? So they're saying that you need some unconditional love and some self-love for you, okay? So this is about you taking better care of yourself, taking better care of you emotionally. It's about unconditional love, okay? It's not about being selfish, it's not about romantic love. It's about loving yourself and putting yourself first, okay? So, as soon as we talk about that, okay, they talk about lots of discomfort down in my right ankle. So have you had swelling or something going on in your right ankle? No, right, has somebody around you got problems with the right ankle? Because they're very specific about the right ankle. Well, I'm going to explain to you what it means because I can feel it. The energy around the right ankle, okay? So if you haven't had pain in your ankle and nobody else close to you has had pain in the ankle, nobody else in the house has got an ankle pain, okay? Right, let me explain to you what this is then. Right ankle, anything to do with the right side of the body is to do with an outside influence or another person, usually male, okay? And if it's to do with the ankle, it's to do with being held back and being restrained. So somebody holding you back as a restriction. You don't, if you don't want to say in front of people, you don't have to, but I'm just explaining to you what the guides are telling me and that's how it feels, okay? Because when we do energy, it works like this. The wrists and the ankles, when people used to be enslaved or chained, are around the wrists and the ankle, which is why we have people laughing and joking about, oh, the ball and chain and we get married, okay? There's a restriction here and it's on the right ankle, stopping you move forward, and it's in connection to a man, okay? That's fine, you'll be able to work all that out, they're telling me, okay? But that's relevant because I can feel it. So, it's something like an energy around you. It's like if somebody's trying to hold you back, okay? Like Caroline had stuff to do with her shop. It's about people around you. It's not your own personal pain in the bone, but it's around you, okay? They just want, and I'm talking about the guys, want to make you aware of that, okay? So next time you're wondering, or if you get a twinge down there, you'll know what it is. And they're saying it's important. Right, okay. The difficulty is not a difficulty breathing. I've got a feeling like I've got some sort of nasal stuff going on in my nose, okay? Doesn't feel just like a cold, it feels like it's more in the nose, okay? So if you had sinusitis or something, I'm more in the nose. It's in the nose and in the head, okay? So I'm not feeling like a cold here or tonsillitis, it's here. Like sort of sinusitis, that thing. Do you understand that? It's either you or somebody close to you because they're very specific about it and it's putting pressure all across here. Do you understand? Okay? Just say yes or no because I need to...
I think so.
Well, they're specific about it. It's sinusitis, it's up the nose, it's nasal,
It's not
okay?
me. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's
they
not me.
But what will happen, and this is important for all of you to know, is everybody, you're not a standalone unit, okay? When you walk round, all the people that you spend time with are all there. Is that the alarm? Are all there, okay? Around you. Right. Right, okay. Would you understand? Okay. You've got a loved one in spirit who's got an extremely good sense of humour, okay? And I'm trying to distinguish because I can't see who they are, but they just made me laugh because they've just showed me, they're just presenting me with a box of snuff, okay? And I don't even know you can still buy that, okay? But when they're talking about the nose, I think you can still buy it in places. So when they're talking about the nose, they're talking about having it because you have something and to make you sneeze to clear your nose, and that's what they're talking about, okay? Right, so there's a lady up there that's talking about that. Do you understand the lady in spirit that would be talking about that? Is Mum in spirit, yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's Mum. Okay, so she's talking about a little snuff box, and if you don't like snuff and you can't get it, she showed me a really big packet of extra strong mints that you chew, and when you chew, they're going to make you sneeze. Okay, that's what she showed me. Right, okay. Now, she's also holding this area here, around her ribs, diaphragm here. Do you understand that? Do you understand Mum having discomfort around there? this area.
Yeah.
It's round. On my whatever anatomy's not good. Somewhere around here. Okay, she's making me aware of. But obviously that's not bothering anymore. But she's just making sure that you know that it is her. Because she's talking about a sense of humour. She's talking about wanting to help. Okay, so it's definitely Mum that we're talking about there. Okay, she's also talking about. Okay, do you understand a Mary? She's talking about Mary. Okay, is that a friend or somebody that she worked with? Because when I'm talking to her now, as we're having this conversation, she's talking about somebody that she would have known, somebody that she would have worked with or spent time with. Can you not remember that? Okay, is there anybody you can ask that would possibly remember? Don't worry.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, she's saying you'll be able to work that out. She's also showing me what look like black and white photographs, so you must have had photographs around with Mum that occasionally you get out. You understand what she's talking about? Like nostalgic, and you look at them, and she wants you to go and look at the photographs. And one of the photographs have you taken to have some work done on the photograph? Is there an old photograph that you want to have restored? Okay.
We've done a few.
Okay, I'm just telling you exactly what she's saying. There are old photographs that you've got, and she's talking about nostalgia, and she's talking about some of them being restored or restoration. So if you've had some restored, she knows about that, so you must have had them restored since she's passed, because she's talking about it. Okay? So she's talking about reminiscing, and she's talking about going through the photographs. As soon as you get these photographs out, she turns up. Because she does. Because she wants to see what's going on. Okay? She's talking to me about June and important birthdays and celebrations in June. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. She's also talking about October is another month, so there must be birthdays or something to do with October. Do you understand what she's talking about? June, and then she's talking about October. If you don't understand that, then you need to look towards this October, because that will be relevant, otherwise she wouldn't have mentioned it. Okay? Around about the 26th to 27th of October.
Right. Write that down.
Right, okay. Right. Why on earth would she be talking about that? Right. She's mentioned Stourport. Did she used to take you there, or did you used to go there, or we're on the River Severn, aren't we? That's what she's talking about.
The 7, yes.
Fine,
Stourport.
fine, yeah,
Yes.
but she's got to give me something that I would think, so, and my geography, she's just said Stourport and River Severn,
Yes.
and you'll understand what that is,
Yes.
okay? So she's using that as a nostalgic memory link, because she's turned up tonight and she wants to talk about happy memories and good times and all these things, and she wants you to know that she's around, okay? Otherwise she wouldn't have turned up and started talking about those things, yeah? She wants you to start thinking about it. She's showing me the glass being more half full than half empty. Okay, so it's about being optimistic.
Yeah.
It's about how you're looking at it. Okay, and she's turning up to say, well, look at all these things we've done, and do you remember when we did this? And that's why she's using the references like that. Okay, and now she's showing me when we're talking about the pink ribbon, a huge big pink candy floss. Okay, which is the same as she's talking about again this pink unconditional love. She's going right the way back to where we started about you spending time for you and doing things that you like to do. Okay? So, even if that means taking an hour a day or every other day, just for you, whatever it is you want to do. And she's talking about whether it's go for a walk, go and sit somewhere on your own. But apparently she's saying it has to be out of the house. I don't know why, or whether you don't get any peace at home, I don't know. But she just said outside the house, and you need to have some time for you. Okay, so sometimes they talk to me and say, stay at home, put your feet up and get the biscuits out. No, your mum's saying, for this time for you, apparently you've got to go out. Okay, and take some time for you, which is all about you recharging your batteries and doing stuff for you. Okay? Good. Right, let me pass that back.
Thank you very much.
And over to you.
You're going to have the best one, the last is the best.
Yeah, they say you save the best for last. Huh?
Do you want it wrote down or?
Yeah, there you go. Tony will do some writing for you. She likes writing. That's it.
Podcast.
Who's doing it? I don't know. She's quite good at this. She's quite efficient.
Yeah, she'll catch you as soon as you don't. Your writing's better than mine, you have to say.
Right, so just relax for me. It is better if you put both feet on the floor, that's it. Right. Yeah, well, it's all about the energy. So, have you already picked one already? We haven't even started.